الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين نحمده ونسبحه ونقدسه على آلائه ونعمائه ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له إلها واحدا أحدا فردا صمدا قيوما لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أرسله بالهدى بشيرا ونذيرا بين يدي الساعة اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وبارك على محمد وآل محمد وارحم محمدا وآل محمد وتحنن على محمد وآل محمد وتفضل على محمد وآل محمد كأفضل ما صليت وباركت وترحمت وتحننت وتفضلت على إبراهيم وآل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد وصل على جميع الأنبياء والمرسلين والشهداء والصديقين وجميع عباد الله الصالحين وصل على أئمة الهدى لا سيما الحجة المنتظر عجل الله تعالى فرجه الشريف. عباد الله، أوصيكم وأوصي نفسي بتقوى الله والتزام أمره. Brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. قال الله الحكيم في محكم كتابه الكريم: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. These days belongs to Lady Fatima alayha afdal salatu wassalam. So I try to talk a little bit about Sayyidah Fatima and about the tafsir of Surah Al-Kawthar, inshallah. And the second khutbah, we're gonna explain and listen to a little bit and short sentence from his khutbah al-Zahra salamullah alayha, inshallah. But please forgive me about my bad accent or broken language. I'm so sorry. I try to do my best. I try. So the As ibn Wa'il, the father of Amr ibn al-As, As ibn Wa'il, he had 7 sons and some daughters. One day he came to Prophet Muhammad when Prophet Muhammad lost his last son, Ibrahim, the son of Maria al-Qibtiyah. Prophet Muhammad before that had lost many of his sons and daughters like Tahir, Qasim, Tayyib, Abdullah, and the last son was Ibrahim. When he lost the last son, As ibn Wa'il, that time it was a bad culture. They don't respect the people and the family who doesn't have a son. So he came to Prophet Muhammad and insulted the Prophet Muhammad. Ihana, tahqir, zakhm zaban. And he said to Prophet Muhammad, you are abtar. And that time, everyone, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, when they bring the good news to them and say, okay, Allah gave you a daughter, they became anger and they lost their temperature. Allah said in the Quran, وَإِذَا بُشِّرَ أَحَدُهُمْ بِالْأُنْثَى ظَلَّ وَجْهُهُ مُسْوَدًّا وَهُوَ كَظِيمٌ يَتَوَارَى مِنْ سُوءِ مَا بُشِّرَ بِهِ. And they tried to hide themselves from the people because they feel ashamed and blame themselves, and so they hiding themselves. So يَتَوَارَى مِنْ سُوءِ مَا بُشِّرَ بِهِ أَيُمْسِكُهُ عَلَى هُونٍ أَمْ يَدُسُّهُ فِي التُّرَابِ. He tried to keep him or keep her or put them in and bury them in the grave. What they have to do. So that time the culture was bad, so bad. Yeah, I forgot the problem. Today I had my lock in the car, so I locked the car. I'm so sorry. Sayyid Shahidi brought my mama. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So after that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent the Prophet Muhammad a surah. It's called the shortest surah in the last chapter or last section in the Quran. The 30th section is called the Juz al-Siyam, the 30th section. And the surah chapter name is Kawthar. The Kawthar is shortest surah in the Quran. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put the surah down in the Medina when Prophet was in the Medina. Somebody said in the Mecca, we have different says. Some says in the Mecca, some say in the Medina. But usually became after when the Ibrahim dead in the Medina. And when you're visiting the Medina, inshallah, you're going to visit the grave of Ibrahim in the Baqi', inshallah. So, in this surah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala remind Prophet Muhammad the good news, the blessing news, the benefit. Usually, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala remind their people and make a minnat. What's called the minnat in the English? So, the minnat, and he remind people, I give you I blessed you, I give you the benefits. So, we have in the Quran, لَقَدْ مَنَّ اللَّهُ عَلَى الْمُؤْمِنِينَ إِذْ بَعَثَ فِيهِمْ. Blessing, yeah. So إذ بعث فيهم رسولا من أنفسهم يتلو عليهم آياته ويزكيهم ويعلمهم الكتاب والحكمة. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala remind them the blessing, remind them the benefits. So Allah make minnat on the mu'mineen. But in this surah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala remind Prophet Muhammad and make a minnat on him. Okay, I did this for you. Inna. We have 4 surahs in the Quran. Begins with Inna, 4 surahs. Which surah? The first surah is Surah Al-Fath. After the Fath of Mecca and the victory of Mecca, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put down and sent this surah. It's called Surah Al-Fath. Inna fatahna laka fathan mubina. After the 8 years of the Hijrat, and when he immigrated to Medina, Allah sent this surah and said, Inna fatahna laka fathan mubina. The great victory when the Prophet Muhammad, the religion of Islam, everywhere everyone was looking for Islam and searching and seeking about Islam. So Allah sent this surah, the great and the big victory. So, Inna fatahna laka wa inna. It started with Inna. And another surah is Surah Al-Nuh. Nuh was the first, it's called the Sheikh al-Anbiya. The great prophets. One of the greatest prophets. And we have 5 great prophets, Ulul Azm. The first one is Nuh. In the beginning of Surah Al-Nuh, we have Inna arsalna Nuhan. We sent the Nuh. So, Nuh the great, the Fath, the victory, big victory. Inna fatahna. The Surah Al-Nuh, Inna arsalna Nuhan. Another surah begins with Inna, Surah Al-Qadr. Surah Al-Qadr. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Inna anzalnahu fi laylatil qadr. The Qadr, which night of Qadr? Laylatul Qadr khayrun min alf shahr. The most important night, the most important day in the whole year is Laylatul Qadr. And the biggest and the most important and valuable kitab and the message of Allah, the Quran, the Holy Quran. We have the Torah, we have Injil. All of them, they are great, but the most important holy books is Quran. So, Surah Al-Qadr, Laylatul Qadr, about the Quran, about the Laylatul Qadr, everything talking about the great, about the big, the most important things. So, if we put all of them together, what we get, what lesson we get here, should be the shortest surah is great too. Yes or not? If we put the Surah Al-Kawthar, should be the great. and the big and very important, the most important. Inna a'tainaka kawthar. Kawthar is not regular thing. It's a big thing and very important. So, صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد. Allah began this surah with inna. Inna means nahnu. We. Inna a'tainaka. We give you. We gave you. We bless you. We gifted to you. We send you. We presented you. What? Inna a'tainaka. Why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says inna? Usually Allah in something like a tawheed, monotheism, yes? Monotheism, Allah says about inni ana al-ghafur. I do it. Inni ana Allah fa'buduni. Inni qareebun. I do it. Something that belongs to Allah only for Allah, not others. Nobody can share Allah on that thing. But something like inna anzalnahu fi laylatil qadr, when somebody involved in that action, like Allah when send the Quran, send it by who? Send it by Jibreel, by the angel of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah never forget other people when they share the action. Allah never forget them. So, inna anzalnahu fi laylatil qadr. Inna a'tainaka al-kawthar. We do it. And about the azama, when he wants to talk about his azama, about his attitude, so he said, inna a'tainaka. We give you. We gave you. What we gave you? Inna a'tainaka. Inna a'tainaka. A'tainaka. The word a'taina. We gave you. We don't have another word in the Quran same or similar to a'tayna. Never repeated in the Quran. We have only one time in the Quran. Kawthar is one time. We don't have it in different ayahs. A'taynaka ata, only we have it here. Shani'aka, we have it here only. The unique thing in the surah and shortest thing. So you find everything is unique in this surah. Inna a'taynaka. Well, somebody may ask us, okay, what's different between ata and ata? If I give the Ghayr Shahidi something, I ataytuhu, I give it to him. Ata with hamza, with alif, te donokte, te and ham alif, ata. Ata with ain and te, that's sadar, ta and alif, ata. What difference between ata and ata? What different? Both of them, the meaning is giving. But the difference is ata. Sometimes when you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or you don't ask, Allah will give you. Doesn't matter, ata. And when Allah give it to you, may Allah return it, evoke it, retake it back or not. Take it back? Yes. For example, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, لَقَدْ آتَيْنَا لُقْمَانَ الْحِكْمَةِ. We gave the Luqman wisdom, the hikmah. We give it to him. We give him the knowledge. And sometimes in the Quran, Allah said about the Qarun. وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَا قَارُونَ مِنَ الْكُنُوزِ مَا إِن تَنُوءَ بِعُصْبَةٍ. We gave the Qarun. We gave him. Atayna. Doesn't say, Allah didn't say atayna. It said atayna. We gave him, but we returned it. We took it back. We took it back. We evoked it. And Allah said about the Bal'am Ba'ura. Bal'am Ba'ura was the one of the companion of Musa alayhi salam. Not Wasi. Wasi was Harun. Allah said, we gave Bal'am Ba'ura, آتَيْنَاهُ مِنْ آيَاتِنَا. We gave him the big size. We gave him the ayah, Ismul A'zam. We gave him, and we فَانْسَلَخَ مِنْهَا. We took it back. We evoked it. We returned that ayah, which was given to Bal'am Ba'ura. But inna a'taynaka al-kawthar, never return, never Allah retake it back, never. We have another side, we have another reason from Quran. Yes, Allah when He's talking about the ni'mah and the blessing in the Behesht, in the Jannat, in the paradise, in the heaven. When Allah talking about that, He says, Jaza'an min rabbika ata'an hisaba. We give the all mu'mineen, insha'Allah, all of them, what? The blessing in the Jannat. The Jannat, hum fiha khalidun, jaza'an min rabbika ata'an hisaba, not ata'an. إِنَّا أَعْطَيْنَاكَ الْكَوْثَرَ. When you put all of them together, the Kawthar should be a big thing, very important thing to Prophet Muhammad, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. Allahumma sallam. So this morning I read in Mafatih al-Ghaib of the tafsir of Allameh Fakhr Razi, and he mentioned 15 meaning about the Kawthar. One of them is ilm, knowledge. One of them is Quran. One of them is akhlaq, innaka la'ala khuluqin azim. One of them is about the Islam religion, about the God Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Kawthar, we gave Allah this, we gave the Prophet Muhammad this, believing this religion to Prophet Muhammad. And one of them is about, Fakhr Razi says, about the sons, about their generation, about his son and his generation. So, and he said, and some people said about the Lady Fatima alayha salam. Kawthar is Lady Fatima. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So, but I want to mention something before we end this khutbah, this section. We have the Kawthar in the Quran, the shortest surah, and we have on another hand, we have a surah from the same root. Kawthar from Kathura, means ziyad, a lot, kathir. We have a different surah from the same root. Which surah? Surah Al-Takathur. Takathur means a lot. But Surah Al-Kawthar takes you to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. After the Inna A'tainaka Al-Kawthar, Fasalli. But the Takathur take you when you're making the Fakhr Furushi and you're making yourself show off. Yeah. When you are more important than other people. So you're making takabbur, ghurur. That surah talking about the ghurur, about the takabbur. Alhaakumut takathur. You are busy with this thing, and that action takes you to what? Hatta zurtumul maqabir. Takes you to cemetery, takes you to Guristan, takes you to maqabir. But Allah here says, if you reminded and talking about the Kawthar, talking about the ilm, talking about the knowledge, talking about the Quran, khair, talking about the good thing in this world, talking about the Lady Fatima, take you to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Inna a'tainaka al-kawthar fasalli. So, fasalli li rabbika wanha. So don't forget, Prophet Muhammad, yes, we blessed you. We give you the benefit, we benefited you, we give you the present and gifting you. So don't forget Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you have responsibility. Fasalli fa'i natijah. Do it as quick as you can. As soon as you can. Fasalli doesn't say sawfa. No, fasalli now. As soon as you can. Fasalli. Make it salat, make it namaz, pray for Allah. Fasalli to who? Li rabbika, who gave you and blessed you and presented you. So, fasalli li rabbika, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, wanhar. And don't forget another wing. The bird has two wings. The plane has two wings. If it has only one wing, cannot fly. So we should not forget the second wing. The first wing of the pray, Allah, pradastish, ibadat. And the second wing in making the people happy. And don't forget the people. Wanhar, what does it mean? ذبح. It means ذبح. It means like the ذبح or the sacrificing or slaughtering, yeah? Slaughtering the animal. And which animal? The Kawthar is big, and the animal should the biggest halal gusht, the halal meat, the biggest halal meat animal in the world is camel. Am I right? Yes, it's camel. So Allah says one har, Kawthar is big, should be the sacrifice you sacrifice and slaughtering the what? Slaughtering the biggest and the largest animal, the halal meat in the world, camel. So one har, and don't forget, we have Sa'di says in the Farsi, Farmanbar Khudayo, Khidmatguzar Khal, Farmanbar Khudayo, it means pray for Allah, serve for Allah, be servant of Allah, pray for Allah. Farmanbar Khudayo, listen to Allah. فرمانبر خدای و خدمتگزار خلق باش. این دو قرن اگر بگرفتی secondary, you are a victor, you have a victory. So if you have both of them, you can fly. So إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو who insulting you إن شانئك هو الأبتر. Allah will revenge, Allah will put him down. Don't be worried. Don't worry about that action. I'm going to revenge. I'm going to do it. If somebody, and he says in surah, Inna shani'aka, not in the shani'aka who insulting you in the past, insulted you. No, Inna shani'aka ismul fa'il yadullu ala al-istimrar, always continuing. So always in each time, every time, who insulted the Prophet Muhammad, who insulted the akhyar, who insulted the servant of Allah, Allah will make them down and He revenge and take that action. Don't worry. Don't worry about the revenging of doing something. إن شانئك هو الأبتر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إنا أنزلناه في ليلة القدر وما أدراك ما ليلة القدر. ليلة القدر خير من 1000 شهر. تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها بإذن ربهم من كل أمر. سلام هي حتى مطلع الفجر. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. نحمده ونقدسه على آلائه ونعمائه ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له إلها واحدا أحدا فردا صمدا قيوما لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أرسله بالهدى بشيرا ونذيرا بين يدي الساعة. وصل على جميع الأنبياء والمرسلين والشهداء والصديقين والصالحين. وصل على الأئمة والأولياء من بعد رسول الله، على علي أمير المؤمنين وفاطمة الزهراء بضعة الرسول والحسن والحسين سيدي شباب أهل الجنة، وعلي بن الحسين زين العابدين ومحمد بن علي الباقر وجعفر بن محمد الصادق وموسى بن جعفر الكاظم وعلي بن موسى الرضا المرتضى ومحمد بن علي الجواد وعلي بن محمد الهادي والحسن بن علي العسكري والحجة القائم المهدي، حججك على خلقك وأمنائك في بلادك. عباد الله، أوصيكم وأوصي نفسي بتقوى الله والتزام أمره. Bibi Lady Fatima Zahra alayha salam, in one section in her khutbah, after when she did the khutbah in the mosque, last sentence, not the last, but one of the last sentences and the last section in the khutbah, she mentioned something and she put her finger on something about the illness of that community and this community and our ummah right now. Not the illness in that time, the illness in this time too. She said in this part, Ma'ashir al-Muslimin. Ma'ashir, the plural of the jam of Ma'ashar. Ma'ashar means guru, it means group. And the plural of a plural. The Ma'ashar is about the group. You are the Ma'ashar. But Fatima Zahra, Sayyida Fatima says, the Ma'ashir al-Muslimin, the group of groups. What does it mean? It means, she mentioned that who came here, who came the mosque, and right now, in that mosque, and everywhere right now, in this ummah, the ummah Islam, she said all of them are not united. They don't have unity. No united between them. They have divisions. The groups came after Prophet Muhammad asking about the money, and they're looking about their benefit. And some of them they were lying, some of them were just teasing, some of them are cheating. Each one was saying something in different intentions. They came. So Ma'ashir al-Muslimin, al-Musra'atih, all the groups of Muslimin, al-Musra'atih ila qil al-batil, who in hurry came and followed the qawl batil, the false and bad and wrong saying, wrong action, musra'a, who follow, the inherent, to follow and to listen, ila qawl al-batil. And she didn't say qawl, she said qeel. Qawl, like saying something. But qeel is different. When you make it small and is not valuable. We have in Arabic, qalu qeel. Qeel qal. In the batil, in wrong action, illegal action, we have qeel qal or qalu qeel. We don't have qawl. Qawl is right saying, right sentence. So she says, al-musra'at ila qeel al-batil. They're false and wrong saying, wrong knowledge, wrong direction, wrong road. Al-musra'at ila qeel al-batil. So we have a different way? Yes. We have a different qawl? Yes. Some qawls are wajib. Something we have to say it. When you see somebody like blind people, may Allah give them the shafa and make them and recover them. So we have, if you find a blind people, or if you find the person doesn't say the cha, we have to take him and say and call him. We have to say that amr bil ma'ruf, nahy az munkar. It's called qawl wajib, is necessary, essential, is wajib, lazim. We have to say it, mandatory here. So we have a qawl wajib, is an essential saying. We have a qawl mustahab, is recommended, is suggested. We have to say, we don't have to say it, but it's good to say it. It's good to mention that. Like when you make a dua, some dua is not dua kumay, dua nudbih, is not wajib, is not essential. But if we do it, it's good. So it's recommended. And a lot of things. And we have something is allowance. Allah allowed. But is not wajib, is not mustahab. It's mubah. If you say it, if you don't say it, doesn't matter. Nothing changed. So it's mubah. And we have something, the qawl makruh. Sometimes the qawl becomes makruh. It's not haram, it's not wajib, it's not mustahab. But if we don't say it, it's better not saying that sentence and not saying anything. And the fifth one is haram. Tuhmat, ghaybat, backbiting and accusing somebody, teasing and cheating, lying, and all of these kind of actions and saying is haram. We don't have to say it. Sayyida Fatima alayhi salam said, a lot of Muslimin, right now, the Muslims, not on that time, and right now, in this time, a lot of Muslims, they are cheating. They are in hurry. Al-musra'ah ila qeel al-batil. And what? المغضية على الفعل القبيح الخاسر. المغضية, they make them blind. They close their eyes. They don't see the batil. They don't see the wrong action. They don't see the wrong and false thing. They don't see it. They make them. They pretend. They pretend. We're not saying anything. We're not seeing anything. We're not looking at that. وَالْمُغْضِيَةِ, we have in the Quran, قُلْ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ أَن يَغُضُّوا مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِمْ. When they say, when the mu'mineen see the no-mahram, they have to, what they have to do? They put down, the eyes put down, not closing them. That put your head down, don't see to them. Okay. وَالْمُغْضِيَةِ, it means they see, but they put their head down. وَالْمُغْضِيَةِ عَلَى الْفِعْلِ الْقَبِيحِ الْخَاسِرِ. Lady Fatima wanted to say, after Prophet Muhammad, a lot of people just follow the people, the companions, they follow the crowd. They follow the crowd. They don't pay attention. They follow and be so in hurry. المسرعة إلى قيل الباطل والمغضية, they know they're doing wrong and false and haram and follow the wrong direction. So والمغضية على الفعل القبيح الخاسر. اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات. تابع اللهم بيننا وبينهم بالخيرات. إنك مجيب الدعوات، إنك غافر الخطيئات، إنك ماحي السيئات، إنك على كل شيء قدير. اللهم عجل لوليك الفرج والعافية والنصر، واجعلنا من أنصاره وأعوانه. اللهم شافي كل مريض، لا سيما المنظورين منهم يا الله. اللهم اغفر أمواتنا، تقبل منا أعمالنا، لا تحوجنا إلى لئام خلقك يا الله. اللهم اجعل عواقب أمورنا خيرا. وإلى أرواح المؤمنين والمؤمنات نقرأ الفاتحة مع الصلوات. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.